You are listening to In Conversation with Jennie and Mark.
Well, hello everybody. I'm the Reverend Mark Adams from Winnow Wellbeing Coaching and Pastoral Supervision.
And I am the Reverend Jennie Adams from Holy Nativity Church, Eastfield, Scarborough. Hi, welcome.
Welcome. We're
We're
not in the
back
same
on
place
this.
We're back. We're not in the same place this week though, Jenny. I'm down in Cornwall because I'm down here to spend some time with my dad. You're still nose to the grindstone in Scarborough.
Yeah, people to see, people tea to drink.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of
That's how
hard
it
work
is
to
in
do.
Scarborough.
So,
I'm a little
apologies.
bit polleny this morning. If you suffer from hay fever, I have
So
both got
apologies if Jenny's a bit
pollen and
polleny,
snot.
a bit snotty. Apologies
Polleny,
if it's a
it's
bit
all
stuttery
snot.
because I'm on an internet connection. Well, it should be okay, but sometimes it seems to drop out a bit. So anyway, we're here and we've got a nice, easy reading today, Jenny. Right? Easy peasy, this one.
Yeah, obviously. They're
Easy
all
peasy, lemon
easy. It's all
squeezy.
easy. It
So
follows on from last week's though.
we've
So
got Matthew 10:24 to 39. So, I've just pressed the wrong button on my phone to try and get this out. What have I just done?
okay.
Right, okay, hold on. Matthew 10:24 to 39. And I'm going to put that up on the screen in a second. Here we go. It's coming. Here we go. Share that. So, do you want to start? Do you want to read
I'll
it?
start. You
Okay.
carry on when I stop.
Yeah, okay.
A disciple is not above the teacher, nor a slave above the master. It is enough for the disciple to be like the teacher and the slave like the master. If they have called the master of the household Beelzebub, how much more will they malign those of his household? So have no fear of them, for nothing is covered up that will not be uncovered, and nothing secret that will not become known. What I say to you in the dark, tell in the light, and what you hear whispered, proclaim from the housetops. Do not fear those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Rather, fear him who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not two sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground apart from your Father. And even the hairs of your head are all counted. So do not be afraid. You are of more value than many sparrows. Everyone, therefore, who acknowledges me before others, I also will acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But whoever denies me before others, I also will deny before my Father in heaven.
Do not think that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I have not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to set a man against his father, and a daughter against her mother, and a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And one's foes will be members of one's own household. Whoever loves father or mother more than me is not worthy of me, and whoever loves son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. And whoever does not take up the cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Those who find their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for my sake will find it. Okay then, Jenny, where do you want to start with that?
Well, as usual, I'll start with my flippant comment, shall I?
Well, I mean, that's your trademark style, so yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So, the thing that struck me is like, I'm worth more than many sparrows, but I wonder how many sparrows I'm actually worth. I want to know that number. How many
Well, I
sparrows?
think you're being a little bit too pedantic here. Probably not for the first time, but
Whoa.
is it not a figure? It's a figure of speech, surely. Come on. It's like,
Oh, yeah, but like, come on. How much is a sparrow worth? How much am I worth? I'm worth more than that.
you are worth more than many sparrows. I
I
mean,
mean, I should hope so.
it's a
Am
it's
I
an
worth
interesting
more than
passage,
a
isn't it?
tiger?
Okay, I don't really know how to engage with this. What's Jesus trying to say then when he says how that you're worth more than many sparrows?
Oh, you're so sensible.
Okay, it's a good opener. It's a good opener. How many sparrows are you worth? Well, I mean, I weigh a lot. I would take a lot of sparrows to measure my weight. That would be a lot of
Are we
sparrows.
going weight for weight?
Weight for weight. A tiger, not so much. And then an elephant's worth
No,
more than
well,
me.
I mean, there's a danger because that would mean that I'm not worth more than an elephant. Oh no. I don't think we can go weight for weight.
Okay,
Go
so
on then. Shall we go from the top?
okay,
Or do you
yeah,
want to
maybe.
just carry on with what he's
No,
trying to
I mean, I
say?
suppose it's interesting to think about what sets us apart from creation, what makes us we're part of creation, because Jesus is saying the Father's created the sparrows and the elephants and the whales and you're worth more than them. Which I don't think is a sort of license to just go and do what we want with them, but is about that God cares for us. But it's
Yeah, with great power comes great responsibility.
well, very true.
With
Yes.
great love comes great responsibility.
But also, it's sort of set in. It's a really interesting passage, isn't it? Because it's got this beautiful picture of how much we're worth to God, and yet, there's some really surprising stuff in here as well about setting not peace but a sword and all that kind of stuff. So go on then. Let's go from the top and see where we get to.
Okay. Let's not dwell too long though, because we want to get to the peace and sword
Okay. All right then.
part, don't we?
Put it in some
Okay.
context then.
Put what in some
Well,
context?
okay, when we get to the peace thing. Okay, start
Okay.
from the top. I don't know.
I'm going from the top. Okay.
Go
A
from the top.
disciple is not above the teacher, nor a slave above the master. It's good enough to be like the teacher, and the slave like the master. And then the weird bit, if they've called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more will they malign those of
Well,
his household?
because this is a response to the fact that they're kind of questioning by what power Jesus is doing his miracles, aren't they? So they seem to have a bit of a binary choice, really. It's either God or it's Beelzebub, also known as the devil.
Yes, because of course this is following along from what we were reading last week, isn't it? So yeah, fair dues.
Remind us what we were reading last week.
We were reading last week. Oh, you're asking a lot of me now. The sending out like
Oh yeah,
wolves.
okay. So it goes out. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, doves. Into
So yeah, if
the
they're
wolf.
gonna, so basically, I suppose what Jesus is saying here is, don't be surprised if they malign you, call you all sorts of things. If they're calling me the
Mm.
devil, then what are they going to say to you? I think is that
Yeah.
it's the sort of gist of that, isn't it? But don't be afraid of them because you're worth more than many sparrows. Really?
Okay, well that's summed that passage up then.
I mean, it is. It is. Yeah. I mean, it's of course, and all the hairs of your head are counted. Which, of course, leads to the obvious gag for me is some people are longer for God to count that than others. But I suppose it speaks to the intimate knowledge that God has of us and that sort of
Yes, and
closeness and
so I've had this discussion this week actually in a hub group about whether you find that comforting or a little bit worrying. It's one of those,
yes,
it's quite an uncomfortable thought as well, isn't it? And especially the bit where it says what you hear whispered, proclaimed from the housetops, and just generally there is nothing that can be covered that can't be uncovered. Uh, it it's both comforting and uncomfortable at the same time. There's
what's the
lots of
uncomfortable bit that God has that
oh,
intimate
there's
knowledge
lots
of
of what we've got inside us that doesn't need to be
scattered from
outside.
the rooftops. Yes, yeah,
We said before, I've been in places where they say we tell it as it is. We tell it as it is. It's like, well, don't, because some thoughts should be kept inside.
inside thoughts. Yeah, 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 and of course that's okay. So, and I've heard also people say that about Psalm 139. The psalm about
That's
I
what we
go
were
to the
reading at the
oh,
time.
is it? Yeah, okay. So there's a kind of yeah,
Mm.
it's an interesting kind of parallel to that actually, isn't it? That Jesus is saying here, that sort of intimate knowledge of God has of us is sort of
But
unnerving
of
as
course,
well.
he has that intimate knowledge and still loves us in spite of it.
Yes, and we're still worth more than many sparrows.
However much a sparrow
How
is
much
worth.
most the sparrow weighs. So then we've got this warning. Everyone acknowledges me before others. So if you acknowledge me, I'll acknowledge you. But if you say you don't know me, I'm going to say I don't know you. That used to,
Yeah.
some of these things have always worried me a bit. I've got to be honest. It's like, I think it's,
Mm, but that's actively working against him, isn't it? I think, yeah. So everyone who acknowledges me before others, he'll acknowledge them. I think fair enough.
yeah,
Okay. It's the next line that is slightly worrying. But whoever denies me before others, I will also deny before my Father in heaven. Or do you think you deny him before others? I think that's quite an active working
Well, I
against him.
suppose, actually we don't.
I mean, I would say that's not even those that are apathetic.
Yeah, I suppose it's talking to people in the midst of active persecution. Um,
Yes.
and I mean, I know it's a big debate that we have whether we're being persecuted as Christians. I don't particularly think we are, so um,
We're
but
not going to die for it,
well,
are
no,
we?
exactly. But if you were put in that place, how would you respond?
Yeah.
But you can only deal with what's in front of you, can't you? You've got to play what's in front of you. I think this is so. Yeah, I don't think you have to play lots of hypothetical thought experiments about what you might or might not do in any given situation. You've got to worry about the situation that you're in. And, I think, yeah, it's so, I don't know. Um, I'm sort of
That was
rambling.
great. You end up with nothing there.
I
That's
end up with
brilliant.
nothing there. Yeah, I suppose it's like, that's not a situation that expect to find myself in, although I still have to stand up for my faith and be counted for it. But we're still
No,
working with
I
the Mary
think
Sparrow,
that
who
there
God
is an
still loves
element to
us.
stand up and be counted. But
Yeah,
also, I think it's comforting if you are in a place of persecution.
yeah.
But I think it's also been used as a warning by some preachers, and I don't think it really is. I think, you know, how many of us
Sorry, the video
are
is.
working against him?
Sorry, you have to repeat that because the my
Okay.
internet's not very good.
Okay. So I said, like, some preachers use it as a bit of a warning, like to scare you into doing mission. But I
Yeah,
don't read it like that at all. I think it's a warning against those who are actively working against Jesus,
yeah,
um,
yeah.
rather than those that are just occasionally messing it up,
So God
um,
loves
or
us,
even the
knows us
ones that are doing
intimately.
nothing.
Yeah. So if we sort of
Mm,
summarize where we got to, God loves us, knows us intimately. We recognize there's some challenges in that, and that challenge is how we live, and
hmm
that we need to stay faithful to Christ, as it says in the
hmm
baptism service, faithful to Christ throughout our lives. Um, and Jesus will acknowledge us. Um, but then we come to this sort of really interesting bit, don't we? Which is
Yeah,
not what we expect. So I haven't come to bring peace to the earth. We call him the Prince of Peace out of Isaiah, don't we? But I've come not to bring peace, but a
we
sword.
do.
So what is going on here?
I think you see it all the time. I mean, it's easier to see it in people who are fleeing their country and trying to come to another one. That it can be dangerous to follow Jesus if you're in a
Hmm.
family like that. On a more low level, um, it can cause division, either
Yeah,
even within us. We don't really have families in England that are likely to kill you for your faith, but but it does bring division of what you because it brings different values with it.
yes.
So, um, yeah, I think people ridicule you or
I mean, I
don't
suppose in
understand
one
you,
sense,
and
it's
you're suddenly not in your. So, if you're a Christian in a very different family, you're suddenly not really aligned with those family values. You're aligned
okay.
with
So
the
if you go
Christian
out into
values.
Eastfield and talk to people about faith,
Yeah,
just on the street or anywhere, it wouldn't take very long before someone said to you, I can't believe in religion is the cause of all the problems in the world. You know, it's
yeah.
all the cause of all the wars is religion. So is Jesus sort of affirming that here? Is he?
Um, no, I don't think it's the cause of all things.
No, I don't either. But I think it's
I think
caused some of them.
I think there's a fight because people like to kill each other. So, and generally it's over money or
Well,
power.
yes, that's true.
Um, However, this doesn't help. This passage doesn't help. But I think if you are sitting in a church congregation feeling a bit alienated from your family because your family are, I don't know, living life on the edge, let's put it like that. Just this side of the law, teetering, but just low level kind of whatever they might. might get up to, and you are not feeling part of that because you've got very different Christian values and you're now in a Christian family, then I think this helps.
Yeah,
Things are not going to be all smooth sailing.
yeah,
You will have a different path to follow.
yeah.
Um, I think if I was preaching on Sunday, I'm not preaching on Sunday, I would pick up on that and have where your support is,
Mm.
and how, and we got right to the end, and those who find their life will lose it, and those who lose their life for my sake will.
Sorry, you're cutting out
Find it.
again.
So,
Yeah,
it is worth it.
yeah, yeah.
So,
And again, we've
and
got a paradox, haven't we? I mean, I think again, we know Jesus teaches in hyperbole, and although I think there is truth in this, and you may find that he hasn't come to he's come to challenge us. He's come to invite us into a different way to live, and he was recognizing that will bring conflict, and that conflict, in one sense, is not always bad. Conflict can be bad,
no.
but actually, it's about how you disagree, and it's about staying connected while you disagree, isn't it? I mean, this is kind of telling me some of the things I'm thinking about in another area, but it's about
there's no demand to just walk away from those. You have to hold them together.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So we probably ought to bring things to a close, but how would you summarize this passage in its different bits?
Jesus is very nice. He loves you. He loves you. He knows everything about you. He loves you in spite of that. It's not always easy to follow him. It's not going to be easy to follow him. He never promised it would be. There will be division. That's okay. It's worth it.
And it's worth it. Yeah. And I suppose that's where, although it's not specifically mentioned here, but I think it's within the context. That's why we need each other as Christians to walk together. And we need to.
Yes, that's what I would pull out. Really.
Yeah.
You need the Christian community.
Because your fellow Christians are worth more than many sparrows as well.
Some of them are worth more than cats.
And we're not doing weight for weight, so it's not that God loves elephants more.
No.
And that would probably be my opening illustration if I was preaching, but there we go.
Well, you bring an elephant in.
Well, you gotta have the elephant in the room.
We won't mention it.
We won't mention it. Okay, thank you for listening. If you've got this far, we'll be back next week. I will be back in Scarborough, and we will be back again with more of this. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care till then. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to In Conversation with Jennie and Mark. Please subscribe for more episodes on all the usual podcast platforms.